Hello, friends, and welcome to Baldur's Gate 3 Chaos Run. Today we find ourselves back at Last Light Inn, where last time we went to Moonrise Towers and freed all the tieflings, all the gnomes, and we
Seems someone's been
also
skimming our
found
supplies.
a lute that belonged to Art Cullagh,
Not mum.
the Flaming Fist man who was discovered when Last Light was first freed from the shadows. We are here to see if he recognizes the lute, if it wakes him at all, and then get some information from him about the shadow curse. This is Disabled. My name is Ed, and let's get into it. So let's go in here and see what he's got for us, shall we? Art Cullagh.
Monsters snuffling and stalking in the shade where we are walking.
That song. Have you heard it before?
No, not till I met Art anyway. It seems to be all he remembers.
Pull out the lute you found and play a little.
Thaniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help. My lute. You got it back. How?
I killed Malus Thorm, a twisted surgeon, and took it from his corpse.
You killed a Thorm? The Ketheric's elite. How did you... Never mind. He needs us. Needs our help. I've been lost in the shadows so long. And I met a boy there too. Thaniel. He's the only reason my mind survived that emptiness, that loss. He told me about someone he knew. Someone called Halsin, a druid. Thaniel spoke of little else. Do you know him?
Depends. Why do you want him?
The pull of the darkness. The twisted creatures it manifests. You've seen it, right? Felt it? We can end it. Find Thaniel. Halsin knows how.
I know Halsin. I can bring him soon.
Please, hurry. Thaniel is more than just a boy. He's the spirit of the land. And he's all alone. Without him, the curse won't lift. He said Halsin could help. Find Halsin. Please.
Okay, so we need to go back to camp and talk to Halsin. But before we do
Don't miss the
that,
step.
let's go find He Who Was and turn in our quest for him. And then we can do the Halsin bit after that, because after He Who Was, we might want to go and back to camp anyway and get some rest. Not saying it's going to end in a fight, but it certainly has the opportunity to do so. So let's make sure that we are fully prepared for such an event. Ba ba ba, ruined battlefield. Why your battlefield so ruined? Custom marker. There we go. We want to go talk to He Who Was before we lift the curse. I don't know that it would be a problem, for sure. I don't know that He Who Was would go away if we lifted the curse first, but I'm not sure, so we're going to go do that first before we lift the curse. And I don't need to go into this building. Building. And up and over this bridge, I believe. I'm sure nobody is confused that He Who Was is probably not a good person, because they are living, thriving in the Shadow Curse, so probably
That
not.
might be worth a look.
Hey, what do you know? Dirt Mound. He is probably not an A-plus guy, so we're going to go find out what's going on here, and Phagian will make his choices about what he thinks should happen to the soul that he who was has pulled up. And he's down that way. And here we go. That's Madeline and he who was.
The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
Tell me why you want it first.
To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment.
How do you know I have the ledger?
The Raven always knows.
Here, take it.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer.
I'm here to make sure she sees justice. Let's see what she has to say first.
Careful, for a serpent in life is a serpent in death. Witness.
You. He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justiciar promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised!
If it was drunk complaining, why did you report them?
The Dark Justiciar said to report everything, big or small. She ain't the type you say no to. She gave him a dagger each and told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3, to start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
So this brings up a question of what is justice? What is punishment? What is suffering? What is equivalent? Ben and Mark died. Clearly Madeline did as well. She's obviously young here. She did not flee and go on to live a long life. She died early also. I feel like telling her it wasn't her fault is a bit of a step too far, because it was her fault. She allowed herself to give in to fear. The Dark Justiciar gave her instructions, but she is the one who chose how to fulfill those instructions. But at the same time, I don't think that she's, well, she is a coward. So the second option is accurate. She is a coward. She chose a coward's path, and she did a cowardly thing, and she saw the result of that. But which of us has not acted in cowardice at one time or another? I don't know. This is a tough one. Everybody gets to make their own choice when they come to this point if you are playing this game. I love games like this that put you in these situations and have you actually try to think of it rather than just see what you can make happen. Having a cowardly act once does not make her a coward in total. I mean, you could argue all of her actions were cowardly. It was cowardly to report on her friends and family. It was cowardly to follow the letter of the justiciar statement rather than make her own determinations. It was cowardly to flee afterwards rather than face what she did. So let's go with option 2 and push her a little bit and see what kind of response we get. Pathetic. You murdered your friends. You're a coward. And we don't actually need to add anything. As long as we don't roll a 1, we're good. Good. Okay.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Glorious.
Hello?
Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done.
She was punished. That's all that matters.
If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it. Here, for your services. Should I find another murderer in need of torment, I shall call upon you. Farewell.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon.
Okay. So we have made a choice, and it turns out that even though we thought we were making the right choice in the moment, maybe we did not. Putting her through pain was not the goal. I was hoping for a little bit more interaction from her than what we got, but we got through that and passed through it, and so we may now meet He Who Was again in Baldur's Gate. I will say, if that happens, it will be the first time for me. Normally, I refuse to do anything negative to the soul, and we get into a big fight, and then I kill him. And so I don't meet him at Baldur's Gate because he no longer exists. So I am curious to see how this plays out in the future, because they definitely left that little nugget for us to let us know it could show up again. Ba, ba, ba. Raven gloves. Summon Quoth the Raven. How exciting. Quoth the Raven. Nevermore. Okay. Well, that's cool. We can now use it to summon a raven in our party. I wonder if I can throw those on, summon the raven, and then immediately take them off again. So we now have Quoth as an option. We had to lose Scratch to get Quoth, and he is not white like the He Who Was Raven. So we have a regular black raven, but that's still really cool. And then if I take the gloves off, what happens? They go to the bottom here? They did. Okay, let's put the glove of Belligerent Skies back on. Oh, and the raven disappeared. So I can't summon him and keep him. I can only summon him with the gloves, and then if I keep the gloves on, can I keep the raven? Very cool. So let's look at the gloves of Belligerent Skies. When the wearer deals any thunder damage, lightning damage, or radiant damage, inflict 2 turns. So I don't do much of any of that. I think I'm going to put the raven gloves on, because having a familiar is cool, though we already have Scratch. So I might see if anybody else has some gloves they want to swap out for me. But anyway, that's awesome. All right. And we can now loot Madeline here. And of course she has alcohol. And Madeline's ledger, which we do not need or want. And a couple of other little items. Okay, we got all that handled. Let's pop on back to Last Light Inn. And then we'll jump over to the camp and talk to Halsin. And let's head in, because that's where all of this needs to take place. He's going to want to talk to Art Cullagh, so let's get close in where we can have that conversation when it comes up. We'll just jump to camp from in here. Alright, let's go talk to Halsin. What is going on? Where is Halsin? There are all the people that I have created in Withers, but I don't see Halsin. Is he up the path here with Gale, Will, Halsin? There he is. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
We haven't really gotten into Halsin's information, so let's do a little bit of that and see what we can learn about Halsin. I have to ask, how do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Okay, well, we knew all about that. Seems like you feel responsible for this shadow curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the shadow curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Do you know how the shadow curse can be stopped?
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
There's a flaming fist recuperating in Last Light. Seems he escaped from the curse, and he spoke of a boy called Thaniel.
A survivor? Sylvanus blesses us. This could be just the person we need to speak to. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Okay, and Halsin is gone. We are actually in pretty good shape. I don't have any level 1 spell slots. Looks like Shadowheart is mostly out of level 2. Of course, Astarion doesn't really use them, and neither does Karlach. So, but we're already here in camp, so I'm going to go ahead and rest anyway, because we are about to get into something. And we want to be fully loaded and ready to go. And I'm going to make some adjustments to what I'm wearing, make sure I've got items that help us for the coming combat, and I will bring you guys back when we are done with that. Okay, before we can go to bed, it looks like somebody wants to talk to us. And Gale left a mirror image here for us to speak to. What does Gale have going on?
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Gale of Waterdeep. He wishes to extend you an invitation for a private conversation in a more suitable locale.
On behalf of Gale? You mean you're not Gale?
You are speaking to a mere projection of Gale. His appearance, his voice, and a certain measure of his personality reconstituted in this case to play as emissary and usher. Would you care to join him? What little I could glean from the portion of his mind that is open to me, it is a matter most urgent.
Very well. Show me the way.
Gladly. Simply follow yonder path, and soon you will find him.
Okay, we're going to end the day off of that, apparently, which is interesting. So, full rest.
I love this time of night. There's an almost reverent silence that accompanies the peak of darkness, when you'd almost believe the dawn will never break. The cradle of eternity. The timelessness of lovers. That most beautiful of fantasies.
You seem especially philosophical this evening. Are you all right?
I will be. Soon. I am perhaps just one hard day away from being without any troubles at all. This may be my last night alive. I wanted it to be under a canopy of beauty and wonder. I thought this place might bring me peace. I thought it might make the weight of what I must do feel a little lighter. But I'm not so sure.
Is this truly what you want? To die for the promise of Mistress Forgiveness?
Babe or crone, coward or hero, death is assured. Mistress Forgiveness is not. If you knew the end was near, would you not want to ensure it had meaning? I am terrified. I will not claim otherwise. My face could scarcely conceal it, even if my words sought to deny it. There is no point in running from the inevitable. Better to meet it on my own terms.
Why are you so sure it's inevitable? We haven't even found this heart of the Absolute yet.
I can feel it. Ever since we set foot in this strange, corrupted land. The closer we get, the heavier my own heart becomes. Stay with me a while, will you? Day will come all too soon, even in this place.
I'm not going anywhere, Gale. I'll be by your side, whatever dawn brings.
Yes, but there is so much to live for and so few moments in which to house it all. Damn you. Damn you for giving me so much to care about. Our friends, our adventures. This would have been so much easier if it was just me. But it isn't. If there is a way, any way, to save all that's grown dear to me, I want to seize it. I just cannot fathom what that might be, other than to fail Mistra and condemn the world. Stay with me, will you? I don't want to think of it anymore, but I don't want to be alone either.
Stay with him and watch the stars in silence. Okay, seems that Gale is feeling the depth of his own mortality. But we have completed a night's rest, and it looks like I need to take a potion of animal speaking because Scratch wants to speak to me.
dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
What you got there, buddy? What you doing?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Good boy. Okay. Scratch brought us some salami. I find that hilarious because I have 3 dogs. I know that you guys have had to have heard them at some point. Occasionally they get excited while I'm recording, and we have to make adjustments to get them to calm down. But I have 3, but one of them in particular, we lived out in the country. We live in town now, so it's not the same. But we lived out in the country at one time, and they kind of got to roam pretty free. We had a couple of acres of land, and they were they kind of wandered around, did what they wanted. Well, we had a neighbor who was about a half mile away, and it was an older woman. And during the winter, when she would unload her car of groceries, she would sometimes unload from the car to the porch, and then she would, bring it in from the porch into her home. And sometimes she would get tired when she did that, and she would leave some food on the porch for a while before she went ahead and brought it in the house. And I know this information because at one point, one of my dogs was bringing home. I'd get a stick of butter. Once I got a can of biscuits. So it's very much like Scratch there. She found it and thought of me, and so she brought it to me because she was a sweetheart. And then, of course, I had to find out where it came from and apologize to the neighbor. But the neighbor was aware it was happening. She said she loved our dogs. They would come over and visit her, and she was lonely and appreciated the company. And she said that she once saw my dog trying to lift the milk, but it was just too heavy for her to get and carry. So she made a couple of attempts and couldn't get it off the porch and left it. But she would just sit and watch her steal the food. She thought it was great. So yeah. Anyway, it was funny. Scratch brought us some salami. Thank you, Scratch. We have rested. Let me have Gale get me my mage armor, and then we will go and get set up to remove the shadow curse. How exciting.
I was hoping to speak to you, as a matter of fact, about the night you were kind enough to keep this melancholy wizard company.
Go on.
I wanted to thank you. I was sinking into a dark place, but you reminded me there is still light in the world, if I should care to look for it. You may well have prevented me from doing something very rash in the near future. I count myself lucky to call you a friend.
Anytime, Gale.
Careful. I may just take you up on that.
We are going to put Evard's Black Tentacles on Phagian, because this is an excellent spell to help us with crowd control, and that is definitely going to be needed in the upcoming fight. Looks like that is all we need to add for him. We can feel free to use all of our necrotic spells. I'm going to put the Amulet of Misty Step on Astarion. That is removing Broodmother's Revenge, but I think that the mobility will be more valuable than the poison damage in this upcoming fight. And I think that's all the gear changes we need to make. So let's head back to Last Light and talk to Halsin. See what's going on. And there he is.
You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
Was there anything that could offer guidance? Something that didn't change?
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Okay, Halsin is on his way to the lakeshore, and we need to go with him.
You've seen everything.
We are going to get into some perilous. And he is not joking about that, by the way. It will be quite the combat. Let me go check with Damon here. I think we have some stuff to sell to him, potentially.
Can't sleep, so I might as well hammer. Need anything?
Indeedly I do. Beautiful. Well, I still have Wolverine's hammer. Why do I still have that? I thought I threw it to him. Oh well, I got it back, I guess. Alright. Very good. Money, money, money.
I'll be here if you need anything else.
Let's check in with Shadowheart and make sure she's learned all the spells she can learn. No, we have some here that we have yet to learn. Let's go ahead and learn them. Beautiful. Let's make sure we have the spells we want. Hypnotic Pattern can be very valuable in this fight because it's going to have a lot of enemies. And we want Conjure spells because that's just fun. So I think for her wizard spells we're good. Let's go to Cleric. Guardian of Faith. Yes, for this fight, Guardian of Faith can do good work. And we definitely want Spirit Guardians. So, very nice. I think we're in good shape there. Alright, let's go find Halsin.
I have a lot on my mind.
Indeed.
And, well, in it. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
There's Halsin up on this little ridge. Let's light the brazier because light is always valuable. And have a chat.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin.
First, I want to know what to expect.
Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell. But thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone.
Hold on. Shouldn't I come with you?
No. This opportunity has been 100 years in the making. It has to be me. And only me. But I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grandstanding. You have a part to play in this. And I trust you will play it well. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs.
Defend it? What do you mean?
The shadows won't be banished without a fight. Once I open the portal, they'll swarm like carrion birds and try to destroy it. You must not let that happen. Let's begin. Whatever happens, do not attempt to enter the portal, and do not let anything interfere with it. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oak Father's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works. Oak Father, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
Okay, I threw us into turn-based mode because Karlach needs to bind her hex weapon. Very nice.
Is that blood?
Let's
No,
look around
never
here,
mind.
see if there's anything else that we can do quickly. Any other buffs we need to toss before things kick off.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Let's go ahead and get Long Strider on our people who are going to be running about. So Karlach and Shadowheart need to be mobile. And turn. My character is good, so we'll end turn. Shadowheart is good, is going to end turn. And then we'll have Karlach in turn, and the Imp, of course. Oh, and here we go. So we did good work doing that. That gave us an opportunity to get that knocked out before the combat actually started. So we are going to have enemies coming from this direction in front. They'll be coming out of the darkness here, and they'll also be coming this way. So I am going to drop a wall of fire. And I think I can put it here and run it all the way across to here. And that should help us. Enemies aren't going to want to be running through that very well. And then I will move Phagian back into this corner. And end his turn.
Talk to me.
Shadowheart, we are going to conjure our fire elemental. And we want a one that can fly. I think the mud method will be interesting. And let's put it right out here with the, well, no. Let's get it over here by the dogs. And let it take those guys on its turn. And in addition, we will throw out a spiritual weapon as well. We can do both. And as you can see, we still have our method as well. So, perfect. And we'll end turn. Astarion is up for shooting here. These are slightly out of range. I think he's going to try to get down if I hit the dog, so we'll go here instead. We don't want to do Luck of the Far Realms yet. And looks like we didn't need to yet. Beautiful. And then we have our Dread Ambusher shot. We got 2 out of the 3, and one of them is very damaged. If it tries to cross the fire, it may very well die doing that. So, okay, that got Astarion in good situation. I'm going to pull him back a bit as well. He does not need to... He does not need to be up in the front, obviously. We have our frontliners and our backliners now. So we will end turn. And Karlach is up. At this point, we will rage. And depending on our wild magic surge, we can teleport. Okay, well, we gave that to our enemies as well, but that actually is not bad. I'm about to well, I can't teleport this round, so we'll have to do it next time. Instead, it says that we are done for this round, I think. So, okay. I will use the bow and see if we can't take this guy out. Beautiful. We'll attack again. And we won't use Luck of the Far Realms on this. Good deal, and we're done. 15 damage to go through the fire. I like that. And we'll use shield. Perfect. Okay, if you notice, they did not shoot us. They shot the portal, and it only has 71 hit points, so we are going to have to be very careful about that. We have Karlach's Imp, so we will fly and get over here by the things that are using arrows and attack. No arrows, please. And turn. And our conjured weapon is just going to hang out here and wait for more enemies to come from this side, and they will. Perfect. And the Mud Method gets a shot. We have Death Burst, which is actually really nice for this little group here, I think. So let's see what else we have. Let's do Mud Breath first. I think I can hit all 3 of these guys. Beautiful. Now they're muddy, which, let's see. Muddy makes them, movement speed is halved, which is good for us. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and their dexterity saving throws have disadvantage as well as their attack rolls. So their opportunity to hit will be reduced, and it will make us better. So wonderful, and turn. And then we have a second one that we can bring in here. And it just did some nice work on those losers there. Okay, that brings us back to Phagian. The ravens will have to go through the fire, so they'll die on the way in. We do not need to be concerned about the ravens. We do need to watch out for the shadow creepers. So we are going to twin spell haste, and I'm going to put it on... Oh, that's right. No, we don't want to do that. We'll wait till the wall of fire is no longer useful. So instead, I don't want a twin spell anymore. I will cast a fireball right into this area. Maybe. I don't really want to hit my imp. Or the mud method. There we go.
All by my hand.
Beautiful. Wonderful. End turn. Shadow Heart. We are going to put up Spirit Guardians. Radiant. Going for this Wraith here, which is perfect. And I think that's all we need to do there. That brings us to Starion. He is going to step forward and shoot the Cursed Harper. Yes, we will take the crit. Anything that can attack from a distance, we do not want to allow to be alive. As I said, we do not want them to kill our portal from a distance. Beautiful. And we can't Vampire Bite Undead, so that does us no good right now. I will end turn. And that brings us to Karlach, who is going to attack this creature. And we will use Reckless Attack. Yes. He'll take the crit hit and then go again. Beautiful. We don't want it to be around in here for sure. And then she can teleport out into the wild if we want her to. And actually that would be a pretty good idea to put her out here to make anything running in have to pass her. So that is what I'm going to do. And then we will end her turn out here. Wonderful. Brings us to the Imp. And we've got another Shadow Cursed Harper here. And turn. And our weapon. We can fly. We'll get closer over here and turn. It just doesn't have enough movement to be really useful. Wow, it's going to stand in the fire. I really appreciate that about that dog. Okay, and we've got a mud imp or a mud deal here. Is going to go for this archer. Beautiful. That was a nice big hit. And then I'm going to go ahead and get myself in front of this guy. Perfect. Yep. And now you see why Wall of Fire was the choice. But there are more enemies coming in, and fortunately Karlach is right here to get involved. We have Phagian is up. Not just a whole lot here for him to do. We can go Magic Missile, maybe? I don't know that any of these are weak enough. Oh, yeah, we got Pilgrims here. That one's not. We can just, I think we'll just go with our bow. Let's offhand it. Nope. Beautiful. And then we will main hand and go with a arrow of fire and put that right here. Might as well. Might as well. Oh, we blew something up. Sorry, Karlach. She didn't take much damage from it though. Nice. And that is Phagian's turn. Let's go ahead and bring Shadowheart down and, yeah, take care of our Shadow Creeper. Perfect. And then we'll bring her back around here. And we will do another summon, because I think all of the summons we had are gone now. This is one we have to concentrate on, I believe. And we'll upcast it to level 4. and drop it. Oh, no, we don't want to drop, we don't want to bust Spirit Guardians, sorry. Let's do some more mud methods. Those were very useful. And we'll drop them right here. Perfect. And turn.
Good.
Astarion is ready. Let's see, what do we have that's ranged? Those are definitely going to start coming in. That Wraith we need to get some damage on. These guys are melee, so I'm less concerned about them. I think we can do a good job of making sure they don't come through unscathed. Let's go for this Wraith first. Beautiful. Hit it again. It's not dead, but it is definitely hurting. And I will go ahead and put Hunter's Mark on there as well. And end turn.
Fire, baby.
Let's bring Karlach up. And we will do Cleave. Right here. Beautiful. And what else do we have here? No, we're good. Okay, let's see. That's got 10 hit points, 20 hit points. Let's do the 10, and we might get our Great Weapon Master bonus and use it for this guy. And that puts us on this chap. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and this is Karlach's Imp, of course. And he is out here doing a fantastic job. We'll get in here and do some damage. And turn. We'll use a Lacerate on the Wraith. It saved against Lacerate, but took the damage anyway. I like that. And we've got some more coming in. They are not ranged though, so I'm less worried about them. Keep your eye out for bows and arrows, friends. Nice. And nice. Okay, that Wraith is not doing well. Wonderful. Okay, good, good, good. I am tempted to move that wall of fire and drop it here, because I think we're doing a good job of handling the Wraiths and the shadows. Though I know it's just going to get bigger, but I think... I don't know. I think we'll leave it for now. We're doing fine at the moment. And instead, we will do a twin spell chromatic orb, and we'll go ahead and do fire, because why not? And we'll jump over to 3rd level, and we'll hit this one, and we'll go ahead and hit that one as well. Nice. I got a wild magic surge and now slowed, so I can't use reactions. Affected entities' movement speed is halved, armor class and dex throws are reduced by 2, can't take reactions or more than 1 attack per turn, and can only take either an action or a bonus action. So great. That really hampers my spell casting, but that is okay. We finished for this turn, so we will end. Shadow Heart is good. Let's see if we can burst a sinew here in the middle of this group. Oh, I can. I'm going to hit my imps, but man... Oh, hey, hold on. I'm not going to hit any here. I like that. We'll do this one too. Only a 40% chance on those. Which I don't know why it said that, because I would imagine you could just pop them if they're poppable. But anyway, that's the first time I've really gotten to use that spell and it actually worked. So how exciting. Okay, Astarion is next. We're going to take a shot here. Beautiful. And then we'll help out Karlach this way. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and reapply Hunter's Mark. Why not? And end turn. Karlach is up. Let's see. We cannot use Cleave again. I can use Force Tunnel, though.
Handy.
Apparently I need to do it a second time. Beautiful. Hadn't used that before, but I really liked it. That was really good. Alright, let's, oh yes, we've used our action. Oh, it counted for both of our actions. Boo. Okay. Let's go ahead and teleport back up here so they can't get by without getting by her. End turn. And her imp, of course. Here we go. We've got a Shadow Curse Get the Yankee Warrior. Not a fan. End turn. And my Mud Method, I am going to do Mud Breath. Well, I can only get one. I don't want to hit my people, so we'll go this direction. And they saved. End turn. Nothing for my weapon to do. We will definitely use Ben Luck. Perfect. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. We are now going to use Evard's Black Tentacles. Remember we were talking about that? I am going to dump it right out here. Oh, it's going to break concentration on Wall of Fire. I think that's actually going to be okay. Like, the Wall of Fire did a lot of good. Look at that. Look at all the death that Wall of Fire created for us out here. But I think we are now at a point where we might be better served with the Evard's Black Tentacles. So let's try that. And if we don't like it, we can throw out another Wall of Fire because Evard's came from an item we're wearing and is not impacting our ability to cast another spell on our next turn. Shadow Heart is up. Let's get a little closer to the enemy here. Perfect. I won't move forward again. Let's see, what can we do? Bum, bum, bum. Let's go ahead and throw out a Bless. Level 2 will get us all, I believe. Oh, no, it'll break Spirit Guardians. Golly. All of our good stuff messes up Spirit Guardians. Okay, we'll go for the Flaming Fist. We'll just do a Toll the Dead out here. Perfect. End turn. Astarion is up. We've got this one. And we'll do this one first. He's got the most health. Oh, wow. And I missed. That sucked. Oh, didn't miss that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alright. We will move Hunter's Mark and then end turn. Karlach. Try again. Got him on the second one. Beautiful. And is there anything else to do? Any other enemies out here right now? There are not. We are just out here making it happen, guys. Alright, end turn. All of my, let's move them around the field a bit. Get situated for if enemies want to be running through. Make sure we've got somebody in each of these locations so that attacks of opportunity can happen. And my thing is good. Oh, hey, it's been affected by our demon spirit madness. This one's crazy now. Attacking everyone and everything, which is fine.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be.
Is he dead?
No. But some part of him is missing. He's hollow. I need to examine him back at the camp. Come see us when you can.
Okay, Halsin will take Thaniel back to camp, and we need to take out our mud methods because otherwise they will come and kill us because of the abyss beckoners that Shadowheart is wearing. Okay. There we go. Good deal. All right, friends. We have rescued Thaniel from the Shadow Curse. He has returned to camp with Halsin, and we have now to find out what is going on with Thaniel and what is going on with the Shadow Curse so that we can try to solve this problem. But I think we'll need to get into all of that next time. This has been Disabled. My name is Ed, and this has been the fantastic Baldur's Gate 3 Chaos Run. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe as that helps me out tremendously. But truly, until we see each other again, make your way with love and light. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today, and goodbye.